Good afternoon. We have breaking news unfolding in Sydney at the moment. There has been a shooting in Bankstown. We will take you to pictures that are coming into our newsroom now from the Channel 9 helicopter. We understand at this stage these are just reports, no confirmation from police, but reports at this stage that one person has been killed and two people are injured. So the shots you can see at the moment live from the helicopter, there are two people right now being wheeled on their way to an ambulance to be treated. What we know is that this incident has unfolded on the corner of Stacey and Rickard Street in Bankstown at the Centro Shopping Centre. We understand it's in the area near the Rebel Sport, a shopping centre, that part of the complex. Now, these were pictures from just moments ago, so we know that we have seen two people taken away on stretchers, and there's also this third woman who's been comforted in the car park. We're not exactly sure if she's suffered some injuries or if she's just being treated for shock at this stage. She's just on the outside of the main police crime scene that has been set up, which is effectively right in the front doors of the shopping centre as the camera moves across there. Now, these were shots from moments ago where you can see what the majority of all this has unfolded. Those two people there that you can see on the ground that are being treated by paramedics were the shots, the live pictures that we saw, two people being taken away on stretchers. We understand one to be a man about middle-aged. As you can see there, he's sitting on the ground. Moments ago, he was being treated for some leg injuries. You can see that his leg was heavily bandaged. There also was a woman that was sitting on the ground, unclear of what her injuries are at this stage, but obviously she was receiving medical treatment as well. And then there are these reports that a third person, maybe at this stage a man in his 40s, went into immediate cardiac arrest as soon as this shooting unfolded and has died at the scene. But those details are yet to be confirmed by police. Nine's Dimity Clancy is on the ground for us there in Bankstown at the moment. I believe she's on the phone for us. Dimity, what do you know at this stage? What are you hearing?
Well, Davina, at the moment, where I'm standing at the moment, the car park is in absolute gridlock. But through that gridlock, right now where I'm standing, they're bringing out the two patients on the stretcher. There's a woman who looks in a lot of distress, in a lot of pain. I'm just walking alongside the gentleman now who is sitting up. He's awake. He seems conscious. He's being wheeled out by the paramedics now, but the whole shopping centre is in lockdown at the moment. There's people are obviously trying to get out of this car park. This all happened in the last 20 minutes, half an hour. We understand 8 shots were fired in this car park. This is a car park that is full of people at the best of times, but especially on a Friday afternoon, it is always packed here. We understand 3 people, one person has died and 2 people were injured. And as we just saw, those 2 people are being wheeled out now to be taken to hospital. A massive crime scene here now. I counted 6 ambulances. I counted at least a dozen police cars that have come screaming down to Bankstown here. They're still here. They have sectioned off part of this car park at the moment to start a crime scene. This is going to be a huge crime scene, and it obviously involves a lot of police, but a lot of people who they're trying to get out of the shopping centre. There are heaps of shoppers here standing at the side of the tape. Police are talking to a number of people. We actually just saw some footage of an incident where police pulled over a white Mercedes-Benz only minutes after these shots were fired, and that was in a side street next to the Bankstown shopping centre. They pulled a man out of that white Mercedes. They had him on the ground and they spoke to him. He walked away limping. The police did let him go. That was not an arrest, but it was some dramatic scenes that happened just minutes after this shooting. So obviously people here are on edge. It's unclear exactly, a motive, what caused this, but at the moment the priority is just to get those 2 patients off to hospital and this investigation can begin, but there's a lot of work to do before that can happen, Davina.
Now, Dimity, we understand that those 2 patients will be taken to Liverpool Hospital. Obviously, these reports that a third person has died. The pictures that we're seeing from the helicopter at the moment, it looks like chaos for police because they're obviously trying to locate a potential gunman at the moment. And also, we have a lot of shoppers who are standing around a car park that appears to be full at the moment, but vehicles trying to get out of that area. Are people able to move around much at the moment?
No, not at the moment. It really is at a standstill here, and the shoppers are coming out. The cars, they're lined up. I don't think there's any lane in this car park that you can see where people aren't trying to get out of the car park. it's one of those things, like you said, police are trying to see whether there is a potential suspect here. A huge job this afternoon, a shocking afternoon for the residents here. This is always a busy shopping centre in Sydney's southwest, but it's going to be even worse, and no doubt the priority for people who have nothing to do with this, Davina, is just to get out of here.
Yeah, Dimity, stay with us. So we are getting a lot of different pictures into the newsroom at the moment. So the pictures you're seeing here from just moments ago, those two patients being wheeled out of the shopping centre towards the ambulance vehicles. The detail we're getting here into the newsroom is that there are two patients. You can see there a woman. First of all, she suffered gunshot wounds to her leg. As you can see, she's conscious there, which is a very good sign, talking there with paramedics. So her injuries, gunshot wounds to her legs. The second patient you'll be able to see pop up on your screen soon. A man, middle-aged, appears to have suffered gunshot wounds also to his legs. He also is conscious and speaking with the paramedics, so that is a good sign. But the reports that we have that there is a third person involved in this, a middle-aged man, possibly in his 40s, who has been shot dead and was killed immediately after the shots were fired towards the entrance area of the bankstown centro. The detail we're getting into the newsroom now is that both of those patients that you can see are en route now to Liverpool Hospital, where they will be receiving treatment. The third person who has been shot because they went into cardiac arrest immediately. Unfortunately, there was nothing paramedics could do for them. We understand their body still remains at the crime scene at the moment, so that area will remain in lockdown for some time. But as you can see, absolute chaos there. We've got police and ambulance and emergency services trying to treat and look after two injured people with a lot of traffic around, busy lunchtime traffic. You've got shoppers coming in and out of that Bankstown Centro at the moment. You've got a shopping centre across the road there as well. So for paramedics even to get access to the area where this has unfolded clearly has been a problem, which is why they've had to take out these patients some distance from where the incident has unfolded through the car park onto the main street. So that just gives you just a little bit of an indication of how chaotic and hectic this has all been for emergency services at the moment. We have just literally right now received a statement from police that has come into the newsroom confirming that police have launched an investigation following a fatal shooting in Sydney's southwest. They've confirmed it happened at 11:50 a.m. Officers from the Bankstown Local Area Command, who were called to the car park of the shopping centre on the corner of Rickard Road after reports of a shooting. Now, police have arrived to find two men and a woman injured at that location. One of the men they have now confirmed has died at the scene. Two injured people were treated by the New South Wales Ambulance Service before being taken to hospital. At this stage, the condition is not yet known. That is the official word from police. A crime scene has been established, which will be examined by detectives and forensic specialists. The shopping centre car park has been closed as a precaution. Now, drivers are being asked to avoid the area for the time being due to traffic delays, and at this stage no arrests have been made. Obviously that's the concerning factor for police at the moment, that they are still trying to locate a gunman. Dimity Clancy's been able to get her live shot up for us. We'll cross to her now. Dimity, talk us through what you can see and where you are at the moment.
Well, Davina, it's actually what I'm hearing at the moment. We have got some unconfirmed reports that the person who has been shot here today may be, and as I said, this is still unconfirmed, Walid Ahmed from A-Team Smash Repairs, and that is the place where there was a fatal shooting at Condell Park a couple of weeks ago. It was a shootout between two cars, and as I said, it's unconfirmed reports. Walid Ahmed may have been the man shot here at Bankstown today. Those details are still filtering through, but we're starting to learn more and more about what happened here. We understand that 8 shots were fired just before midday at about 10 to 12. This car park, Davina, is busy at the best of times, but it's Friday afternoon and there would have been shoppers everywhere. As I said, 8 shots were fired. 2 people, a man and a woman, were injured in the shooting. Both of them suffered leg injuries. We saw before them being wheeled out on stretchers to the waiting ambulances through this team of police and shoppers who are waiting here. I counted 6 ambulances on scene here before. This has been a huge response, and it had to be. Let's just take you for a walk around to what we can see here. So this is the start of the crime scene. If you just pan around up onto the top level of the car park here, this is the Bankstown Central, the main shopping centre in Bankstown in Sydney's southwest. That upper level there is pretty much the main entrance to this shopping centre. This car park wraps all the way around, so it's a very difficult crime scene for police to set up here this afternoon. But this is the start of it here, where the police tape is, and you can see there is just police car after police car, detectives car, that's 2 detectives car, along with many more marked cars on the scene. There are riot police now guarding this as well. This is a very difficult situation for police, and there are shoppers still here. There are workers and shoppers still standing around trying to get some information, but you can also see the endless line of cars. If we just come around here, we've got the endless line of traffic. This is the main driveway out of the Bankstown Central car park at the moment, and this line of traffic has been going ever since we arrived here about half an hour ago. Obviously, there are plenty of people on a Friday afternoon with children. We're seeing young mothers with pushing around their prams, trying to see not only what's going on, but also just trying to get out. There are thousands of cars up on that main level of that car park. Obviously people wanting to get out of here, but actually can't get to their cars at the moment. So it is gridlock here. It's going to remain that way. The streets around Rickard Road, one of the main roads here in Bankstown, that's going to remain clogged for a very long time to come. This is only the very beginning of a huge police investigation. And as I said, we are hearing reports that Walid Ahmed, who owns the A-Team Smash Repairs at Condell Park, which was the place of a fatal shooting just a few weeks ago, may have been the person who was shot here just before midday today. Those reports are still yet to be confirmed, but we know that one man aged in his 40s has passed away here at the scene after being shot, and 2 people were also injured. So as I get some more details, Davina, I'll come back to you and keep you updated throughout the afternoon.
Dimity, what do we know at this stage? I know at this stage this hasn't been confirmed by police, the link to the Condell Park shooting. It happened earlier this month, but talk us through what we know happened on that particular day, because it was a shooting in broad daylight on a weekend where one person was killed.
Yeah, that's right. We understand that one person was killed in that shooting. We understand that one of the victims actually drove themselves to hospital, and his car was found at the hospital with a number of bullet casings found by detectives there as well. So we understand that there may be some links from that shooting to this shooting. Unconfirmed reports at the moment, but I'll come back to you once I have a little bit more information on that.
So the shooting that Dimity is speaking about happened several weeks ago. It was on a weekend in Sydney where a number of shots were fired into a vehicle. One person was injured, another person was killed. So certainly no confirmation from police at this stage that the shooting that we've seen unfold an hour ago at Bankstown is linked to the Condell Park incident, but from the information Dimity is hearing, there could possibly be a link. We do know that a man in his 40s has been killed, or the confirmation we've got from police is that a man is dead. We understand it's a man in his 40s. 2 other people have been shot, and police have confirmed that, a man and a woman. We understand they both have gunshot wounds and are now on their way to Liverpool Hospital. And we have seen from the pictures coming into our newsroom there from the Channel 9 helicopter that there have been a number of people who are also being treated for shock. It is an extensive crime scene. From Dimity's pictures that you could see, her live shot that came up, it's a multi-layer car park and a multi-layer shopping centre, Bankstown Centro. A difficult situation for police to be able to A, shut down, B, try and find a gunman possibly in a vehicle when, as you can see from the car park there, and the car park has emptied out to a degree that in the last hour that we've seen. So it was probably twice as full at the time. So police trying to stop cars leaving, but also allow people who are innocent and caught up in all this to get away, and trying to get witness statements and trying to ascertain exactly what has happened. What we do know, at 11:47 a.m, Police received several calls, reports of 8 shots being fired in the car park at Bankstown Centro. As a result of that, they've responded to the scene. They have found one person dead, 2 people injured, a man and a woman, both middle-aged. We understand they have gunshot wounds to their legs. They are now on their way to Liverpool Hospital. The area has been placed into lockdown, traffic delays in the area, and for that reason police are asking drivers, shoppers, anyone to stay away from the area as they try and get a grasp of the situation and locate a gunman. We will have live updates across the afternoon on 9 News, and if there are further developments, we will break into programming with breaking news. Of course, the latest information coming up with 9 News now at 3 p.m. with Natalia Cooper, and I'll be back with the afternoon news at 4 o'clock. And for Sydney viewers, Peter Overton, and we'll have the latest developments at 6 p.m.